Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations.
Ladies and gentlemen, namaste to each and every single one of you. It is wonderful to be with you already. Tonight is a very special night, the second exploration of the holiday season. And we continue our series of holiday-centered themes tonight as we explore a special holiday edition of something that we visit every once in a while. And that is exactly how do we approach sharing the light and clarity of explorations with friends and family. That and much more tonight on Explorations. Namaste, everyone. How are we all doing? It's wonderful to be with you. It's me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. I'm so small. Give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and fix that right up. There we go. Now, nope. Yes, somebody did the Santa. Pierogi. Kicking us off this year. Namaste. All right, there we go. Blessings and namaste to all my explorers. How are we all doing tonight, huh? How are we feeling? How's the energy in the room? I'm enthused to be here. That's certainly true. Is that turtleneck and pistachio? Essentially, yes. Essentially, yes. You might describe this as pistachio. You would be reasonable to do so. Namaste, and thank you for that beautiful question. Sparkly Miracle Zone. Namaste. It's wonderful to see you in chat. Blessings and a wonderful wild energy coming from Sparkly Miracle Zone tonight. As always, all nights, namaste and welcome on in, hon. Appreciate your presence here. Blessings. How are we doing? I saw Laser Shark earlier. You're not sneaking by me, you son of a bitch. You sneaky little ninja son of a bitch. You're not sneaking by me. No ninja vanish tonight. Namaste to you. Over at youtube.com. youtube.com. How are we doing at youtube.com? Speaking of which, namaste. So this is Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. The program with which we explore the universe, both inside and out, to unlock and unleash the true potential and power coursing through each and every one of our veins right now in this moment. We are broadcasting to both Twitch and YouTube, bringing our energy to both of these places and allowing the people, especially YouTube, is more of a feral energy. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm Sleepo, good to see you. And you know what I'm talking about. It's a feral energy over there. It's not a very Twitch, more orderly, more of a constant hang. YouTube, more just like picking, more like where it's like you see an animal off in the distance, it might be roadkill, and you just keep going anyway because it's not safe. That's where the vibe is at YouTube for the most part. For the most part, it's wonderful to be with you. The audio's not singing. Let's check it out. SH10151, namaste to you, and welcome on and explore Obsessed with Tweezing Weird Penis. Okay, got it. Fixing the audio. Thank you so much, Cougar Pie, for bringing that to my attention. Namaste to you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Everybody, welcome on in. Homer Dog. Are we in the vicinity? Are we in the zone right now? Does it feel more correct? Does it feel more synced up, more conducive to an exploration this evening? Namaste. Thank you so much, Jessica Bears, for triggering that. Thank you for triggering the Santa Claus. Yes, indeed, we're switching things up here for the holiday season because that something is in the air. You can't deny it. Once that holiday season rolls around, you just feel that something special between people, special in the air. And special doesn't always mean good. Keep that in mind. As often we will visit throughout this month, holiday season for many of the people here is not a positive experience. And that could be from a number of reasons. You know, a lack of friends and family for many of you. Onion Plug with a communal vision, explorations with Leslie Tannenbaum. Oh my God, you dirty dog. That is so funny, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Onion Plug, for that perspective. Namaste. Uh-oh. Time for a little bit of you-know-what. A little bit of holiday you-know-what, guys. Let's get it started tonight, Thursday night. Let's have some fun. Namaste, everybody. Cougar Pie gifting out 10 community subs. Holy shit. Namaste to Cougar Pie tonight. Thank you so much for that on. Cannot thank you enough for that, Cougar Pie. Namaste to you. 10 community subs. Very generous. If you just were gifted a sub from Cougar Pie, go ahead and let me see some namastes in chat right now. Cougar Pie setting the tone, shaping the energy, creating that sort of bottled up excitement. You know, the pressure cooker's on, and Cougar Pie just turned it up to 10. Namaste, everybody. Mother Nipplebottom, communal vision. I have learned to do holidays the way I like them, and everyone else seems okay with it. No one stops me. Cooker Pie is a hero as well. Namaste to you, Mother Nipplebottom. I'd love some details as the night goes on. Exactly what does that mean, right? What does that mean to do holidays the way that you like it and everybody's just kind of okay with it? Now, does that come from a sense of apathy or a sense of just brutal maternal power coming from Mother Nipplebottom? You set the tone. You know that you've got a collection of skulls as a spiritual sense, so people learn to dance to your tune? Or is it that everybody's like, yeah, sure, sounds good to me. Sounds good. Like nobody thinks to add to the vibe, because that is possible. It's possible. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. Mother Nipplebottom, namaste. Sociopathogen resubbing for namaste 32 months. Nearly at 3 years of brother Sociopathogen. The candy cane in my urethra melted about a half hour ago. The program works. Namaste to Sociopathogen. Coming at us with a very beautiful little sentiment there. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so much for that. The vivid imagery therein. Blessings and namaste to you. Now, Sparkle Miracle's a really good question. Really good question. What am I sipping on tonight? It is a mixture. It's a big glass of water, and I put in powder, a Celsius powder packet, and I put in a orange flavored Skittles powder packet. So yeah, me and the TikTok girlies who add this kind of stuff to water and act like they're hacking the Matrix, they are hacking the Matrix. And if I find out that anybody has left a comment on one of these women's videos as they slice and dice as if they're Neos in the Matrix, if anybody leaves a goddamn negative comment, I will visit your home. That's not a joke. That is an open air threat. That is an open air threat. I'll hurt you. Namaste, everybody. Welcome on into Explorations with Leslie Tanner. That was a little bit of a Jazz Express. Namaste to everybody who pushed that train along, the Jazz Express along its tracks. Blessings to each and every single one of you. Pepperoncini triggering the Santa. Yes, namaste, everybody. It is that time of year. You'll be noticing an increase in fun holiday-themed stuff here on Explorations. Yes, and that's a two-pronged thing. Now, for a lot of people, as we've discussed many times, the holiday season is a special time. Now, for some, if you have friends and family, you have a normal life, you have a regulated emotional internal world, and maybe on top of that, or you have a little bit of money, the holidays can be a very nice time, a very pleasant time, pleasurable time. There's fun little cultural things to take part in. But then for and to see Christmas stuff on the screen like this can be a very positive thing. Could be a very positive thing. However, ladies and gentlemen, do not get my words twisted. Two-pronged, I said. For many of you, and I would wager most of you in this chat right now, this holiday season is not pleasant. You maybe do not have the money to do it. Maybe you don't have the friends and family. Maybe you don't have the regulated internal world by which to set, by which to enjoy shared reality in general. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly for you. If you look at that Santa thing on the screen, you look at the fireplace in the background, you hear the music being played underneath, and you're like, Leslie, you're absolutely killing me. I hate this. I'm so uncomfortable. You're depressing me. I thought this was going to be a place where I could enjoy something separate from the holiday stuff that's being rammed up my ass everywhere I go. Nope, you were wrong, but it's different here. I am doing it deliberately. If you find yourself uncomfortable, just remember, discomfort is the path of the next level. You might go to Macy's. You might go to Kohl's. You might have, this, that, and the other Christmas soundtrack rammed up your ass, down your throat, raped from every hole you have on your body. That might be the case, and it might very well be unpleasant. But however, when you get here, we do it with intention. Consider it a meditative exercise here at Explorations when you see the holiday stuff on screen and you're just like, oh boy, here it goes. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Namaste to you. How are we doing, though? How are we doing? I'd love to speak with you just for a moment, candidly, just as a man. How are we? I'd love to speak to you. I saw Sparkly Miracles will mention that she's doing great, and that's wonderful to hear. Namaste to you, hon. And how is everybody else, though? I'd love to know. How tall are you, Mother Nipplebottom? Could you pull it off? Mother Nipplebottom just shared she wished she could be a mall elf. A mall elf. Not a lot of people. That's not a very shared sentiment. How tall are you, though? Could you pull it off? Is your core in good enough shape to get down real close and stay close to the ground? You know what I mean? The hips and the stuff to like stay crouched down without it being too painful for too long. 5'2". So yeah, you could have pulled it off. Yeah, last stream was a horse pill, says Unplug. You know what? It was very divisive. Last stream, let's take a second and discuss last stream, right? Let's take a second and talk about last stream on Tuesday night. Ladies and gentlemen, now, some people left that stream absolutely energized. I think the last three calls of the night really embodied the night, the tone of the night. So let's go through those last three calls again. Ready? The third to last was young David, who shared with us a Christmas. Remember, the theme was bad Christmas memories, and David knocked it out of the park. David came up and talked about how his father killed himself last Christmas, and he was awoken on Christmas Eve by a police officer coming to let him know that his alcoholic, abusive father, who did not live with them at the time, had killed himself. And this was a really good example of exactly what we were looking for. A bad Christmas memory. Now he's got to carry that. This is the first Christmas since then. And yeah, David was having a rough time. Yeah, that was David. I didn't even get it. That's what he said his name was. Or maybe maybe got a little crossed. Maybe the wires got crossed. But he told me, David, when he got on the screen. But then so that was a doozy. That was an absolute doozy. And David, one thing, our phone call ended before I could share with you that, listen, if you're looking for a father figure, look no further than Leslie Tanner. And I mean that very sincerely. Someone who can come into your life, a strong masculine presence. And I can't guarantee you much, but I can promise you I'm not going to kill myself on a Christmas. That much I can do for you. Now, can I promise much more than that? We'll see. We'll see. But I promise I won't kill myself at Christmas. And you're my son now. So you're welcome. Also, and I'll be sending you a Christmas card. Just give me your physical home address, and we'll get to work on that. Namaste. No. The second to last call, we heard from Dinky the Dick Destroyer, who we found out, he had some Christmas memories that were not good, not pleasant, and then eventually it came out that he was physically and sexually abused by his parents. And that's why, or was it, I forgot who it was, but Dinky, and that gave us some lore for Dinky the Dick Destroyer, the killer clown, as you know, that we've seen participate in infatuations. We've seen all over, we've seen in various facets of this community for quite a while now. And we got some really beautiful lore that was very vulnerable and very generous. Now, if you think I'm making fun of these people, listen, couldn't be further from the truth. What happened to them was a tragedy. And I want to thank each of these callers for their generosity and for their vulnerability. Now, to be honest though, those two callers couldn't hold a candle to Toaster. Now, Toaster came in, really put up a fuss, right? It was like putting a feral cat in a burlap sack. That guy wanted to argue, he wanted to hiss, he wanted to claw. Kitty came to play. All right, he came to argue that all the night long with me, Leslie Tanner, his best friend. But then I asked him real abruptly at the end, if those of you who were there may remember this. He ended up the night saying, okay. He said at the end of the night, he said, oh yeah, I got a bad Christmas memory, and this was tough to hear. This was tough to hear. Give me a moment. I need a second. All right, so Toaster called up and shared with us that his evil alcoholic father, and I'm going to try to say this closely so as not to add any sort of editorial, jazz on my end. Toaster said, my evil alcoholic father beat the shit out of me, R-worded me, called me the R-word, and then killed me. Wow. My evil alcoholic father beat the shit out of me, R-worded me, called me the R-word, and then killed me. So namaste and thank you to all explorers who called up last night to share bad Christmas memories with us. Now, namaste to you. Namaste to everybody who contributed last night. Now, like I said, it was a divisive evening. Onion Plug said it was a pill, a horse pill. Michaela, young lioness Michaela, had to leave the exploration in the middle of a call. Had to leave the exploration. Couldn't even hear. You couldn't stand to hear the graphic and generous stories being given by our explorers. Some of you, like me, were energized by it, were edified by it, were heartened at the end of the stream. But tonight we'll see how it goes. Tonight the goal isn't to just run headfirst into the brick wall of bad memories. Beautiful, Phil Z74. I love saucy robots. So what I imagine Phil Z is getting into right now is he's got a picture of the robot made from the Jetsons up on his wall, and he's cranking. He's naked right now. He's naked and he's drinking, and he's actively, or at least between sessions, jacking off to the robot maid, I forgot her name, from the Jetsons. Do we remember that? Do you remember that character? Does anybody remember her name? Rosie. Denise. No, it's not Denise. No, it's not Denise. It's not Vanessa. No, it's not. It's not Rosie. Thank you so much, everybody who contributed that. Pepperoncini, and his penis is small that he's touching. Beautiful stuff. Well, listen, we are off to a beautiful start tonight. Does everybody feel that? Can everybody feel that? Can everybody feel that right now? Namaste to you. It's wonderful to be with you. Now, here at Explorations tonight, we are exploring sharing our light with loved ones. Now, the reason we do this a couple times a year, this is something, growth is critical to this program, right? We need to take these simple yet profound tools and share them as widely as possible. Once you've tasted the transformation that can take place in your life, and you simply can't just hold it in a grocery bag forever and just save it for yourself. You got to let it out. You got to share that light. You got to share that clarity. You got to share that transformation. You want to wake people up to what's possible inside of them. Now, that's easier said than done, depending on your general, personality. Some people are just good at it. Jenny, aka Hypocryptomatic, a perfect example of somebody being really good at it. Really, 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 really good at it. Jenny has brought in so many other powerful explorers here to the program. It's been absolutely crazy. Now, some of you though it can be a little awkward, right? It's kind of like sales, right? Not everybody's cut out for a sales job. Not everyone's got that sort of dog in them. But tonight we are going to dispel any obstacles. We are going to make it very clear. We're going to strategize with each caller tonight. We're going to talk about some holiday related gatherings and events that they'll be having with friends and family. We'll get a good idea of the vibe, what it's going to be like, and we'll put together some strategies for each and every single one of you to share our light with loved ones, be that friends, be that family. People need to know about the transformational tools of the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Namaste. Namaste. Mother Nibblebottom with aborted communal vision. Even a really shitty tree deserves a home at Christmas. Interesting. Make it 5 hundo. Make it 5 hundo, says Mother Nipplebottom. Make the communal visions 500 bits. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. People have a stroke every time I change something. And it could be up, it could be down. People love to, they want to, there are some people that they think they like explorations, but they want to tear this program to the ground. They resent it. Let's see. I like Comedic 6414, just a good old classic blood clot to the brain. And then they're like, no, like that kind of stroke. They have it. I see them have it. Every time I change something, they're just like, what? Not me. That's what it's like. Literally like that. I've seen it happen in real life.
In my mind's eye, I imagine a compound for us all to live in. Rooms with high-pitched piercing drones, cold rooms that smell like shit, a shooting range for slurs. All of them. I give us 6 weeks before the wheels come off.
Now I'm going to say 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks, I'd say. Now, real quick communal vision from Hypocryptomatic. Tonight already smells like a rotten toe that my mom by accident stubbed because Christmas breakfast was almost late. A rotten toe that my mom stubbed. Did you get down on the ground and smell it? How do you know what it smelled like? Jenny, if you could talk to me about that. How were you aware of what it smelled like, hun? Can you take me inside of that, please? Thank you. No. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get some quick orders of business and get down to work tonight. Tonight's about working. Communal vision coming in from Fram Weard. What do you think will be the most popular slur at the range? I mean, we'll have the range. Yeah, well, like you said, at the range. So, ladies and gentlemen, what Framyard is referring to is at the compound, we will have a shooting range for slurs. Now, listen, I, for one, believe that language is very powerful. And part of that power is that language can and is violent. All right? I don't think anyone can deny that. Have you ever seen somebody hurt and maimed by language? Ladies and gentlemen, that's why at the compound that you all are giving me the funds for, we will have a shooting range for slurs. You get your little cardboard cutout thing, snap it on, send it back, and just let it rip. Phil Z74, but it's kind of stupid. It's kind of like a bad dream when you forget what class you're supposed to be at, but you realize you're dead. Okay, thanks, Phil. Mother Nipplebottom, you can freeze dry cum into icicles to decorate your Christmas tree. Interesting. So Mother Nipplebottom getting into some, I'm not exactly sure what ethnicity or what part of the country that tradition is from. I'm trying to bring icicles, cum. It would have to be maybe dry, something near the equator, because, obviously you go the further north you get, the more ice you get during the winter, so you don't got to do that. But I would imagine an ambitious country that traveled from the equator up north or south, maybe let's just give it to the Mayans. Let's give it to the Mayans. I think that's an old Mayan tradition, who dry their cum and put it on trees during their holiday. I think, and they had holiday trees. So anyway, thank you so much, Mother Nipplebottom, for revitalizing that memory for us. Blessings and namaste to you. Now, guys, let's get down to business. Send me something in the dang P.O. Box. I love getting stuff from you. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Ladies and gentlemen, do I have something? I do got something. Funnily enough, P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. I got a little something from German royalty, a little something in the mail. I got, what he sends. He sends, a baker's dozen of pictures that he gets from photo booths at the mall. What slurs get to use the shooting range? I mean, anybody, it's truly any person can walk, anyone of any age, gender, creed, whatever. You say the one that you want to focus on, and you get your little piece of paper that's got a drawing of the person that you're going to be shooting slurs at. Clip it to the thing, send it out there about 25 feet, and just you put on your earmuffs and just let it rip. Any words, any slurs. Reminder that your legal team has strongly recommended not opening any more of German royalty's mail. Yeah, well, my legal team tells me a lot of stuff, and I've yet to listen to them because I care. Because I care about you all. I care about my explorers, all right? Yeah, is it weird? Is it weird that he does this? 100%. 100%. And you know what I was thinking today while I was picking up the mail? I'm pretty sure there have been a couple times when I get something from German royalty, I get these weird pictures, and I will look in chat to see if he's here. He has not been here for like months. I don't think he's not even waiting around for me to do this. I don't even know if he watches the stream anymore. All he does is send these things to me because I know I love it. 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 He was here. He was here a stream or two ago. I just haven't seen him. Yeah, poor knows what I'm talking about. I just haven't seen him a lot. So anyway, not only are we going to go through those in a second, but let's wait. Maybe he'll show up a little bit later. I want to see if he shows up a little bit later. But I also got, and this is a beautiful little segue. Beautiful little segue. Communal Vision coming in. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Pepperoncini. Haha, remember the time you almost threw German's mail away because you thought it was junk mail, but it wasn't. It was cholos and photo booths. Can you tell that story, please? Thanks. Yeah, so what happens is German royalty, he sends me these weird envelopes. And it didn't. I don't even think the German did. The first one come with the notes. I don't know if he's gonna watch this VOD. But I don't know if it came with a note, but it came with this envelope full of pictures of the racial breakdown of the pictures he sends are they're mostly Hispanics. They're mostly Hispanic, and let's see. Yep, without a doubt, the first one that I pulled out is a Hispanic mother and son. And it's cute. Oh man, that's a cute one. I'm gonna be excited to get into these pictures a little bit later. We'll save that. But yeah, I almost threw it away. Because I was like, what the fuck is this? And then somebody let me know. Oh, this is like a sign of affection from him. And so I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I missed that as a therapist. Sometimes I get things wrong. But yeah, so I do have that, and I've got about 1,300 pictures in total so far. 1,300 pictures in total so far. Now, second thing I got in the mail though, guys, pretty exciting. I forget that I do this, but I love it. I love getting this little surprise from myself. I got my own postcard. Let's go ahead and zoom up on that. Look at that beaut, huh? Look at that gorgeous beaut. So guys, I've been sending out these the pictures from my JCPenney photo shoot over the summer. Very vibey, very nice stuff, and a sort of a breakdown on the back of the postcard of exactly how the magic unfolded on that fateful day at that JCPenney photo studio at Schaumburg, in Schaumburg, Illinois, at the Woodfield Mall. And my journey with photographer Ken, and it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful the whole time. So that, beautiful segue, wonderful segue, guys. If you're curious about the true program materials, Orchestar, namaste. Orchestar, 3 years. Happy 3 years, guys. Can we get some goddamn namaste in the chat right now for Orchestar hitting 3 years? I love Hispanic families, says Orchestar. Namaste. Namaste. Blessings. Thank you so much. From one non-white to another non-white, sort of reaching out across the universe through the digital world of the World Wide Web. Thank you so much, Orchestar. Appreciate that. And happy 3 years with you, hon. Happy 3 years. I'm so happy that we could celebrate this with you tonight. Happy 3 years. It's crazy, right? It's crazy that 3 years have gone by. Holy moly. No. So this is a postcard that you all could have for a couple dollars a month. You could get one of these once a month. And some of you choose not to, but if you do feel like tonight's the night, I'm dropping a link in chat right now. I dropped a link in chat. Go ahead, click that link for my community of devoted light at patreon.com, where I host my growing library of exclusive materials, podcasts, music downloads, video materials you can't get anywhere else. A monthly postcard, access to the Discord channel. Namaste to you. Onion Plug got that one a couple days ago. Namaste. Namaste to you. Namaste. I'm glad. Did you enjoy it, Onion Plug? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Talk to me, Onion Plug. Oh my goodness gracious. Namaste. I've been doing this since 2021, Logan. But I've been producing material, as Poor said, for, over a decade. Over a decade. Namaste. Now, that's the orders of business. Like I said tonight, guys, we are getting in, we're going to be exploring exactly how to approach sharing our light with loved ones this holiday season. This holiday season, for the next couple of weeks, we are going to have little friend parties, family parties. We'll have maybe a work party, and whatever you want to prepare for, maybe a one-on-one with an estranged family member. Let's talk about how to share the light of the program in these various scenarios that you'll be faced with in the coming weeks. Now, again, there are I can think of a million different scenarios in which we'd need to do this, and I'm ready and I'm prepared to confront each and every single one of those. Namaste. Guided meditation real quick. Pepperoncini, can we get a meditation about the mall Santa, please? Sure, 100%. Let's go. My hands are moist as I wait in line with the other children. We're gonna do we'll do a repeat. We'll do a little repeat. It froze. We'll be repeating. I'm not even gonna do this one. I'm not gonna waste the energy right now. I'm gonna save it and do it again for Pepperoncini because I want a whole dog. I want a whole hot dog. I want the whole damn thing. I want a whole Polish sausage. Nope, not doing anything yet. All right, let's go ahead and take another crack at it. Where's the button? There we go. Here we go. Guided meditation. Mall Santa, Pepperoncini. Let's go. Cloying, my hands sweat as my nerves grow, waiting in line with the other children. I bring my KB Toys newspaper insert with me, having circled the 3 or 4 items I wish to receive from Santa Claus. The child in front of me begins having a seizure. All eyes on that little. Santa's just around the corner and doesn't notice, but the elves do. They're terrified. They don't know what to do. I know what to do. Gently but firmly hold his head so that he doesn't throw his head around. But I just step over him. I take my opportunity. I take what's mine. Namaste. Okay. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's open up the line. 773-974-9585. 773-974-9585. Here we are at Explorations with Leslie Tanner, exploring, ladies and gentlemen, sharing our light with loved ones. Go ahead, give me a call. Leslie Tanner, 773-974-9585. Carry my crack in my ass. Namaste. Is that in reference to something, Mother? Is that in reference to anything? Or are you just kind of playing jazz with it right now? Because I love it. I love it. Was it an empowering one? And I feel as if I failed if it empowered you, but I mean, we can all take what we need, I suppose. Would y'all use nutmeg that expired in 2019? Yes. I love being given the opportunity to sort of give direct, tangible, advice like that. And yeah, I'd be using nutmeg that I think, I just give it a try at least. I feel that rich Chinese guy who has lots of cigarettes these days. I feel like that rich. Who is that? Is there a rich Chinese guy that in the zeitgeist? A rich Chinese guy with lots of cigarettes in the zeitgeist that we all should know about? I feel. Don't people get fucked up on nutmeg? Isn't that a thing? Yeah. gotta change this camera angle. It's driving me nuts. Let's see if I made it worse. There we go. Now I'm able to sit more comfortably. Namaste. 773-974-9585. Some callers are filing in, ready to explore how to approach sharing our light with loved ones this holiday season. Namaste. All right, so first we've got, this is going to be good. All right, I can already tell this is going to be a really good one. Let's go ahead and get this explorer in here. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight? Namaste, Jenny. You don't got to apologize for being the first caller. I love that you're the first caller tonight. You win. You do. Now, Jenny, I'm seeing some notes left from from Cheen. Go ahead and tell me what this is all about in your words. What's going on right now? What's going on with Jenny?
I'm not apologizing, but there's someone here who wants to make a formal apology to you for behavior that occurred that you're very aware of. Okay. And also he has a memory. I don't know how I feel about it yet, and I said that he has to just formally apologize. I really can't get further than that at this point because I'm so disgusted.
Disgusted. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. Now, is this? Am I familiar with this friend? Was this a friend that was just on the program not that long ago?
Yeah, he slept in the car that night.
Okay. So yeah, if he's around, I'm happy to talk to him. Yeah.
That's okay with you?
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead, put him on.
All right, hold on, Liz. Can you just make sure that I'm safe the entire time?
Can I make sure you're what the whole time?
Safe.
Safe? No, I can't. I can't, and I won't do that.
Okay, so that's rude.
How would you like me to do that?
I don't know. Just be on the line.
Well, like my being on the line is going to keep you safe? How big is Sebastian?
I don't know. It's only my, he's like, well, he's shrunk some. I think he's like 6'3" and like, maybe, what are you, 220? 230.
6'3", 230. Is he fucked up or is he sober right now?
6'3". He is, no, he's not drunk right now.
Okay. So, all right. So either way, 6'3", 220 versus a guy on the phone multiple states away. Jenny, it's not looking good, okay, if you're depending on me right now. So, but yeah, go ahead, put him on the phone. I'd love to talk to him.
Okay, hold on a second. I apologize.
Good evening, Leslie.
Good evening, Sebastian.
You may call me Sebastian.
Welcome on back, Sebastian. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you for letting me talk. I owe you an apology. My behavior is embarrassing. Like, you already know that. And Sabrina is my best friend. And she's let me come into your life. And I'm glad that you let me call you Leslie. And
are you crying? You are crying.
Communal vision from an indie new. Now that we can talk man to man, how did Jen's slot feel when you were inside her?
What? Wait, what? Slot? I've never been. What? No.
Don't pay attention, and then you know.
No, you're just being rude. No, I wanted to call. I feel like it's almost like she and I, like, it's a privilege. Like, I've heard in my life, and it's nice to talk to you and have this nice venue. And I've gone through some crazy crap, you know.
I know. I can tell, brother. I can tell.
Oh, you can? Yes, I know. Everybody knows I'm nuts. But also, I want all the listeners to know in the program, I'm actually a nice guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, you know, I was being an asshole.
Listen.
Yeah.
Namaste. Well, first of all, we've got a communal vision real quick from Stone Monster 400. Pray for Lil Bitch Seb.
You're a little bitch. Don't laugh. It's not funny. You are a little bitch.
Oh.
Keep apologizing.
Yeah. And this one, yes,
no, I would not talk
yet
about
another communal vision from Fram Weard. How long do you think Jen has before you commit an act of recidivism?
What? What did you say?
I didn't hear it.
Is that a real word?
How long do you think Jen has before you commit an act of recidivism?
Recidivism. See, I'm the dumb one here.
Don't ask me. I've never heard that word.
See, I mean, I'm a secondary mathematics person, so recidivism means not much.
And Fram, I'm pretty sure Fram is home medicine, like lives in Florida.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know. Listen to this one.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Fram he has a master's degree, which is, I would say, more embarrassing than anything you've done, Sebastian.
Oh, okay. All right. I've done a lot of very embarrassing things. Yeah.
I'll bet not more embarrassing than throwing away like $120,000 on 2 more years of school. Fram Weard, clearly none of you have had to stand before a judge.
I went to Villanova. That was a waste of money.
Sebastian, please. Leslie was speaking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Listen, Sebastian.
I am a good kid, though. I mean,
you're a grown adult.
But we wanted to also share. I do want you to know that I sincerely apologize. Yeah. I'm rude.
Sebastian,
I'm
going to say this. Look, I accept your apology.
Thank you.
You're welcome here. You're always welcome here, Sebastian. And I know often you're here with Hypocryptomatic, aka Jenny, aka Sabrina, aka Jenamatic, aka whatever we want to call her.
Why did you have to say all my names? Privacy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Also,
here's the thing, though, Sebastian. Listen.
Yeah.
You're always welcome here, whether you're with Jenny or not. Whether you're with Jenny or not.
I have your.
Can you let him talk?
See how she listen.
You see, you're doing it again. You're.
I might have to call you without her sometimes, maybe.
Is part of your dance what happened to you? What's wrong with you? Actually.
You crying again?
Tell him. I'm not.
You can get. Go ahead.
I feel broken because, I let you know this girl that I was finally that I liked, and she's a mess.
The core of the problem that she doesn't matter at all. Tell them about your dad.
Allison? Oh, my dad? Oh, yeah. My dad's an asshole. I'm sorry, callers. I'm sorry, callers.
And he's abused you all your life about it. Cheated on your mom.
He cheated on my mother, and I've always been there for him. And then the first thing he did, I went down to their house, and he's a narcissist. if you will. And then, all right, I'm wrapping it up pretty quick. And he was so weird. He got
What have you been diagnosed with?
MDD,
What's that mean?
major depressive disorder.
Oh, no, it doesn't have that.
Yeah, right. Who doesn't have it, right? And then PTSD, and also my sister,
Wet brain.
wet brain from drinking because I'm an alcoholic. So
You're a little retarded, a little brain damaged.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
Yeah, like you have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And lazy. Don't forget you're lazy.
I'm not lazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're lazy.
yeah, she wants me to say I'm really. It's
Communal vision coming in from Pepperoncini. You think that's bad, Sebastian? You should have heard what Toaster went through on Christmas. Did you hear about that?
No.
He killed himself. You heard it?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah,
No,
his
he
dad.
didn't. No, there was
No,
another
I'll
guy
say
who
his
called
dad.
whose dad killed himself. Toaster.
Yep.
Toaster's evil alcoholic father, quote,
Yep.
beat the shit out of him, R-worded him,
Yep.
called him the R-word, and then killed him.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
All right, so other people have it worse than you, don't they?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm.
So do you hear
Listen,
Toaster
listen,
crying?
listen. Sebastian, this. I don't
I'll let
listen.
her
I
tell
accept
you,
your
I'll let
apology
her-
because you're giving me an
mother did.
apology, but I don't. Honestly, I don't feel. As a man, can I speak to you as a man, Sebastian?
Just say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank
just
you.
say yes. I'm going to do it anyway. Quit it with the apologizing. Stop it.
What?
Stop it. Do not apologize to me or, you between you and whatever her name is, you figure it out. That's up to you. You've got some wires crossed. Ultimately, I want to see how the flower blossoms, and that's what I'm here for. When it comes to me, stop this apologizing stuff. Let's get to work on the program next time you call, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Wait, Les, can I just intercept? I apologize. I'm sorry. I just
go.
want to say that he shouldn't. I get that, and I really appreciate you being so kind to him. But also, we're going to need the peeing in cups that I drink out of stopped. That is
literally not my problem.
I
I don't have anything to do with
I
that.
just want to touch on that.
Yeah, sure. He has done I don't even know why you let him in your apartment anymore. There's something wrong with you, too. He keeps fucking
peed in
up
the
your
bed.
life. He pisses everywhere. He peed on your couch. He pees in your cups. He tries to steal shit. You guys have gotten in multiple fights. Neither of you take care of your animals. Both of you are kind of retarded. I don't know why you keep doing this.
Whoa. I take very good care of my animals. He doesn't take care of his.
Okay, well, listen. Let's debate this
That
another
even
time.
upset him.
Let's debate this another time. Jenny, listen.
No,
I can't keep you safe, and I can't stop him from peeing in your cups. I don't know why you let a grown man back into your home who does that. That's for another night, though, okay?
Okay, Merry Christmas. I'm looking forward to the holiday with everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste. Love you, bud.
Namaste. Love you, bud. Sebastian, I know your dad, fucked you up and whatnot, but also you're a closeted gay young Sheldon lover, and you want men to butt fuck you up the butt. That also might be why you're all retarded and gay and stupid and whatever. And that's something to consider. I know we like to have fun here and use silly little words and whatnot, but I mean, Pepperoncini's pretty much nailing it on the head. Nailing it on the head. We didn't even get a chance to get into the closeted gay. But not even closeted anymore. Converted gay. Because we converted him. Pepperoncini, a little note for you from Logan the Brogan. The whatever was phoned in. Her thoughts? Let's go ahead and get Michaela on in here. Namaste. Michaela, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing just dandy. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for calling us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, Michaela, it says right here that you've been trying to get your family to call in, but so tell me about that. Have you had any luck?
So when I say my family, I do not mean my parents. I will never, ever, 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 ever have my parents call in on the show.
Why not? Termination by poll has been invoked by Framwiard. Chat, it's up to you. Do we want to hear from Michaela tonight? Michaela's just getting started. Go ahead and vote in the Twitch chat drop down vote thing. Yes or no? Yes, we will terminate her. No, we will keep her. Michaela, make a case for yourself.
Well, for the record, Fram said that it was just standard that he was going to terminate the first caller, and I almost messaged him and said, like, hey, you got to, like, you got to be true to your word. And I didn't say anything because I was just going to let him do what he wants. But now it's clear he's showing favoritism. I'm not the first caller.
I don't know if it's favoritism as much as just kind of bullying you.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you're being targeted. This is targeted.
Right. But I do have a lot to say, and it pertains to the immediate state of the explorers.
That's okay. Logan's here to defend you. Silencing women is whack, he says. Any response?
I need to be silent sometimes.
No? All right. Everybody voted to keep you by one single vote.
Wow. That was the last second, too.
Yeah. Stone Monster 400, Mac is a snitch.
I don't go by Mac. So,
Okay, so listen. Well, real quick before we jump from your parents, I think I would get along really, really well with your parents. I think I would. I think your mom is attracted to me, and your dad and I would be like two peas in a pod. We'd really cut it up.
I mean, my dad is very friendly. He can cut it up with anybody. So.
Yeah, me too. That's the both of us.
I'm saying it could be damaging to my relationship with them if you had access to them.
Well, maybe a little damage is what you need. The Flying Vita, if you do a Bible study for the Christmas party, I will do a yoga class.
I will do a Bible study with Stone Monster and Jen.
And no one else?
And no one else.
That's, well, we'll consider that, but that's really... I wanted more of a public thing.
Right. Okay.
Why not Poor? Poor wants to go.
Does Poor believe in God?
Do you have to believe in God to get stuff out of your Bible study class?
No, I'm saying that I'm trying to protect this because it means a lot to me.
Well, that's exactly why you're going to be an effective Bible study teacher. It means a lot to you.
Yeah, but like, Jesus didn't ever preach before like a congregation of jesters that had tomatoes in hand.
No, he just befriended whores and charlatans.
Yeah, I'll be friends with whores and charlatans. I am friends with whores and charlatans, and I love them very much. I just don't want the whores and charlatans to throw tomatoes at me as I'm trying to say the word of God.
I think Jesus would call you a pussy right now. But let's listen. Let's explore that at another time because you are getting us into the theme actually tonight, and I love that. The first call was a kind of a train wreck with Sebastian and Jen.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump in. So the parents are pretty much off the list for now. They're not going to be calling in. Communal Vision from Nindy knew. Leslie is more like Jesus than Jesus was, honestly.
Nindy knew that thing that you said earlier was super weird to Jen. Like, that was very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. And how'd that make you feel to be uncomfortable?
Bad? Like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say words that are synonymous with uncomfortable?
Explore, I'm interested. I'm interested in you and your thoughts and your feelings. I just want to hear you elaborate.
It made me feel as if I was waiting for him to be timed out.
Well, yeah, just and once again, Michaela, discomfort is the path of the next level. So if you find yourself being uncomfortable, this is a tremendous opportunity.
Namaste. Yeah.
Tremendous. Well, let's get back down to business, though, right? So when it comes to sharing the light of the program, the parents off your list, right? You don't sense something there. But tell me about some family that you do sense maybe would be interested in the tenets and the program that we've got going here.
Well, I mean, I actually did show my oldest brother your show when I called in like a week ago or so, and he thought your everything was just funny. I don't think he would ever call in.
Okay.
What?
No, I said that's common. That's common. I love that. It sounds like I'd get along with him really well.
Oh, I thought you just said come.
Oh, no. That would, I mean, no. I wouldn't. That's. I had to check with myself if I would have said that, and not a strong positive. Well, continue. Your older brother. So he called. He was delighted. He had fun. Thought it was funny. But talk to me. You don't think he would call in?
No, I mean he has like. I think he like has an important job, and like I don't think that calling in would be a good idea.
You could use a fake name. OM Godspeed. I think it's kind of crazy that for like hundreds of thousands of years there were Christians just getting snacked on by lions and doing missionary stuff to places that literally kill them for trying, and you won't try to explain a chapter of the good book in a Discord channel for God's own birthday. Makes you think.
Did you almost fall over just now?
I did almost. If you right. If you proceed on that line, I will hang up.
Okay. I will do I will do a live stream where I do a Bible study and people can join and say their thoughts. I could do that.
I don't care about that. I want you to do it on the Discord server.
Oh my gosh.
Listen. I am committed to we've talked about this before, Michaela. We've talked about my feelings and attitudes towards religion, Christianity. You've listened to me speak about it. I'm genuine about this.
Yes. Time you threw up communion waivers.
What was that?
Didn't you say you threw up communion wafers or something like all over a bunch of...
I did do that. Yeah, into two or three girls' hair, very long curly hair, and they screamed like I'd stabbed them. And
they probably have emetophobia now because of that. I'm trying to get my cousin.
I probably hurt them that day.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my cousin. You do that.
Well, women, see, the thing now is the thing that I understand about women is that women are already in pain, Michaela.
Right.
I just simply allow them to experience the pain they're already in. I illuminate their pain through through my presence, not just as a guru, not just as a therapist, but just as a strong masculine figure who cares and understands.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, so older brother, let's break it down. Do you think there's a possibility that if you encouraged him, he might call in?
No, not at all. He would probably sooner send like an AI voice bot to come in and speak for him.
Well, what's going on there? Why don't you think he'd call in?
He's terribly introverted. Like, he's kind of a mystery to even us, like my family. He like, for all we know, he could be married and like we wouldn't know because he just doesn't like. He keeps a lot of private stuff private. So
is this the one who gave you a computer for $400?
No.
Oh, it's a different brother. Okay.
But I'm trying to get my cousin. I tried to get my cousin to call in. And I think he got terminated immediately. I feel like he could roll with this, maybe.
Listen,
know?
Listen. So I think this brings up one thing that is, I think, important for all of us to kind of pull on the thread of. Now, it's important to keep in mind that there's just a harsh reality, and this is just an unfortunate truth. The harsh reality of some people just aren't ready for the program. Let's put it bluntly. Let's put it plainly. All right. Some people will resent the tools that we have to give them. They're not ready for the transformation. Hypercryptomatic. Caller, is this the cousin that tried to smooch you when you rode the mechanical bull?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hypercryptomatic. I don't know.
What is she talk? I have no. What is she talking about?
No clue.
Okay. Yeah, no, not everyone's ready for the next next level.
So I think you're smart to say, brother, not ready. Cousin, possibly ready. And there you can economize your energy. You can focus your energy a little bit there. You can put that energy where it's most likely to return your investment, and also actually share the light of the program. So your cousin did call in though.
Yeah, like half a year ago, but he immediately got kicked off.
Fran Weard, Leslie Tanner presents Michaela, presenting Explorations with Leslie Tanner and Michaela.
Yeah, on Talking Tanner. That's where it's gonna. And Talking Tanner's gonna respond to it.
Well, okay, Michaela. What worked and what didn't work? How did you get this cousin to call in?
I told him, hey, call this number. And this was back before the queue, right? So this was just like he had to try his darndest to try to be able to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And he managed to do it. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but somebody just immediately terminated him. And he could not. He's like, okay, I'm going to bed. We were not in the same room, so I was trying to coordinate with him.
Okay, so do you think there's a chance to get this cousin nibbling on the bait again? Get him to call in again?
Maybe. I'm trying to... He's added to the Minecraft server, so I'm hoping that'll be like a soft launch.
Interesting. I was just thinking what it would be like to have an Explorations in Minecraft.
My cousin is sort of like if I was a gay man.
Well, that's an interesting thought experiment. You with a penis but gay.
I don't want to... Yeah, okay.
Interesting. Well, listen, I think that you have a lot. Listen, I want to commend you first, before we even go any further. You have very obviously considered who in your life is ready to receive it and who in your life is not ready to receive the tools of the program. And I want to genuinely thank you for your intention and your genuine thought involved in this, Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people won't even do that.
Yeah, do you think Jen considered it when she brought on Sebastian? Or... no, Sebastian...
I think so. Jen is intuitive. I don't know if you got access to what goes on in her head and why she makes the decisions she makes. I don't know if it would make a lot of sense to you, or to maybe anybody outside of her, because she's really kind of just that powerful thread of a universe who just is just in action and misery as well.
Would you say she's the most powerful explorer?
I would say she's the most powerful explorer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to do some thinking on that. I think at times, yes. At times, without a doubt, yes. At times, without a doubt, yes. I think she's very powerful. She's very free, and she's done a lot of work bringing people into the fold. Now, I'd love to see I think you've got some potential in that area. You've got some potential in that area to bring people. I think, what about this best friend and her husband? Godspeed says, the only soft launch I want to hear about is the soft launch of an anti-tank guided missile like the FGM-148 Javelin. This technique propels the missile out of the tube before the rocket motor fires, which minimizes backblast and helps reduce the visual signature of the launch position, improving gunner survivability way cooler than your cousin.
That is pretty cool, actually. That's pretty sick. I might have to look that up on YouTube or something. The FGM-148 Javelin.
Now, okay, so what about this? And this will be the last question I have for you. But what about this best friend and her husband that you hang out with sometimes? Do you think they could come on in and have a good time?
Her husband, no.
Why not? What's going on with him?
My best friend, he's very sweet and never ever goes online, at all, ever. And no. But she might. But she's much more shy than me as well.
Okay, so he's sweet, and what do you think his emotional reaction would be to the program?
Fear.
Fear? What kind of fear? Fear of himself, probably, but how would that look on the outside? What would he be afraid of?
I mean, it would just be overwhelming because, there's just, so many different angles, and he's just, a very sweet person, and I struggled to adapt, so,
It just sounds like he's not ready. And he's afraid of his own penis, it sounds like.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to work with him on that, but not everyone's ready for that.
Right.
But listen, I say let's make the next project your best friend. How about this? This will be fun, right? Next time you're out with your best friend, a couple drinky drinks in, maybe you're playing pool, maybe you're at a hillbilly bar or something like that. Just say oh, Leslie's on. You should call in. Or just call and give her the phone. Something just really just hit her with it out of nowhere while she's a little buzzed, and then she'll probably be more likely to just be like, oh wow, there's something here, right? I'm not defended against this.
Right. I think I've asked her before, but maybe she'll warm up to it. Especially because it's not like you have 500,000 people watching. It's
exactly.
Exactly.
Give her just sometimes you gotta it sounds like you gotta lead her a little bit.
Mhm. We lead each other.
Probably in some ways, but this is one very important way in which you will be leading her. Quick quote.
I love how the internet empowers everyone to express themselves.
Namaste. Well, Michaela, that is going to do it. I think we got into a lot of really productive talk around our theme tonight, and I want to thank you for, bringing us a focused energy.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste. Any final little messages you want to end us on?
No.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Namaste. I see people discussing favorite. I'd love to work with Ethan Klein. I'm on his side. I'm on his side. I'm on just officially. I want Ethan Klein to know that I support him. Do I agree with him on everything? No. And I don't think it's necessary to everyone to agree. Look at us all in here in this chat right now. We don't all agree on everything. We got We got people from every corner of every belief system, of every identity, etc., etc. There's so many people don't even fucking like each other. Poor, we hate each other's guts. There we go. Krosov, good to see you, brother. Krosov, namaste. All right, let's get this next caller in. Tonight we're exploring sharing our light with loved ones. We have our new caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Explorations. This is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight? Caller, you there? Caller, are you there? Talk to me. All right, back in the queue with you. Namaste. All right, namaste, everybody. Beautiful night. Let's go ahead and get our next caller in, huh? Commander Caleb, let it loose. Let it loose, brother. Let's go ahead and get our next caller in. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Nigel?
Nigel! Welcome back to the program, Nigel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good tonight. I'm happy to be getting into tonight's theme. It's kind of a brass tacks theme, holiday themed, sharing our light with loved ones. How do we do that around the holidays? So I just kind of want to take you to task. Is that all right, Nigel?
Sure.
All right, let's jump right in. So tonight we're talking about how to share the light of Explorations with friends and family. And, because we'll be presented with opportunities to do exactly that over the coming week. So tell me, Nigel, do you have any holiday parties coming up? Any sort of with coworkers, with friends, with family, anything like that?
Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm cold.
Why are you so cold? What's going on?
Oh, I just, I'm cold. Sorry. What? Could you repeat the question, please? Oh.
Yeah. Do you have any quick communal vision from Fran Weard? How do you approach the topic of the Holocaust when it comes up at the extended family holiday table?
No, I am not doing communal visions.
Okay, so Nigel is turning off the communal visions, not responding to communal vision. So no matter what anybody asks him via a communal vision, he will not respond. Is that right, Nigel?
But Fram,
Are you about to just do it anyway?
I'll give you a refund. I'll send you a refund. Should I do it? What was the question? We're talking about the holidays, huh?
Holidays, Holocaust. They kind of sound similar in a way, but.
Okay, all right. I'm warming up now. Sorry about that.
Beautiful.
I lost my voice.
Nigel, before we get into the Holocaust, as much as I would love to get into that with you tonight, I would love nothing more than to really get in the weeds of the details of the Holocaust. But let's do this first. Tonight, we are exploring how to share our light with loved ones. And coming up this month, you're going to be at some parties, I presume. Do you have any parties, holiday parties coming up with at work or with friends or family, anything like that coming up?
Yeah. I was invited to a Christmas party at work, and I think I've been there about 7 years, and I've said I've declined it every time, and so I'm not going this year either. I'm just gonna stay home and do nothing. And yeah, the wife, she's of the Yiddish faith, I guess. So she does all the what's it called, Hanukkah and all that stuff. So yeah, I kind of just go along for the ride with that. And I'm not big on holidays. I like Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, of course, and that's about it. Sorry, I digress. Do you have any holiday plans this holiday season, Mr. Tanner?
Always. My schedule is packed to the gills with holiday parties. I get invited to a lot. I'm very popular.
I'm sure your daily planner is just packed to the brim with notes
and you know what? Not only that, not only that, but I am we'll be hosting a holiday party here in our Discord server for explorations.
I have not heard about that.
Yeah, well, I kind of just said it out loud. I mean, the mods and I have been planning it for a while, but I haven't actually just mentioned it on the stream until just now, though.
Oh, well, okay. Congratulations, Mr. Tanner. I look forward to seeing you there.
Namaste.
Oh.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you too there, Nigel. I look for now. Okay, so the parties are off. They're off. So for you in your life, So what are some times that you see people during the holidays, though? I mean, is it pretty much just like home and work for you?
Yeah. I kind of don't. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of not really a Scrooge for the holidays, but I'm old enough now where, well, you don't have to be old to know that they're all just a scam and a way for corporations to make money and stuff. You know, not all of them.
Communal Vision coming in from Fram Weard. Fram says, "Hi Nigel, it's me, Leslie Tanner. This actually isn't a Communal Vision. Is it because of your difference of opinion on the Holocaust that you don't attend holiday gatherings?"
You know, Fram, Are
you responding to this Communal Vision?
Yeah, Fram, you've twisted my arm, and I believe we've had a discussion about Apple genetics at once in a heirloom. Anyhow, my views on the Holocaust, no, that doesn't have to do with I think real holidays are really based on like a solar or like lunar cycle stuff, because that's like real tangible shit. It's not like something that's based off of a man-made calendar. What's the name of our calendar system we use? Help me out, Leslie. Gregorian.
Gregorian, yeah.
Yeah. So we got leap year and stuff. It's not 100% accurate. And, there's so the dates that we celebrate on throughout the year, like they're not really accurate to what the real date was. But I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Like compared to like a lunar calendar and the Gregorian.
Pepper and
so,
Cheney.
Like the dates.
Could the Holocaust be a holiday, or maybe the opposite? Opposite Holocaust Day? You know, that reminds me. I think that would be that's a fun. I mean, that's an explorer. That's an explorer. That's something that we talk about pretty frequently. Playing that game, like something that's so good that it is as good as the Holocaust is bad. Now, we can argue about how bad the Holocaust was, but you can't argue that whatever the opposite of the Holocaust is, probably is pretty good. Would you agree with that?
I mean, totally. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused with how do you say? I think we're getting a bit convoluted.
Well, let's talk about the workplace, right? During the holiday, are you gonna have like a pizza day or anything like that?
Oh, probably, yeah, but I don't. You know me, Leslie. I'm a fuck me. I'm such a wet blanket.
You're a healthy snacker.
You're
an introverted family guy. You keep to yourself.
So yeah, whenever they buy shit at work, it's fast food stuff, run of the muck, your Monsanto slop that I haven't touched in years. I don't want anything to do with it. So every time they get food, they're like, "Oh, Nigel, aren't you gonna eat something?" I'm like, I pack a lunch every day anyway, so
right.
Everybody kind of looks at me like I'm the wet blanket, but I'm just like, don't you guys know what's in this shit? Like, we're in such a fucked up society, and they're just gobbling it down. And
I think we got an angle then. Nigel, listen to this.
Yes, sir.
Brother, I think we got an angle. So listen, you work with a bunch of sheep, it sounds like, right? Just going from thing to thing, putting anything in their body, not thinking about a goddamn thing happening in the world around them. Does that sound accurate?
Pretty much, yeah. I would say about 90 to 95%.
Exactly. So is there anyone at work that maybe isn't as let's, for lack of a better word, enlightened as you? But there's hope. There's a chance, right? There's a potential. Is there anybody like that you know at work that maybe there's some wiggle room with their mind and heart?
Yes. Oh, totally. Yeah. Yep. There's that. Yeah. What about it, Leslie? What do you think I should hang out with them for the holidays or something?
Listen, I think there's there's an inroad there, and where that road goes is not up to me. But one of the places that road could lead to, though, Nigel, is possibly a friendship, but also, even more important than that, potential explorer.
I think you're onto something, Leslie. I think you're right.
Because maybe those sheep aren't ready. Maybe the sheep aren't ready for explorations, but maybe that 5%, that 10 to 5%, maybe there's a chance that if you showed the simple yet profound tools of explorations, they might just be open to it, right? They might just be open to unlocking and unleashing the power inside of them.
Totally. I could totally see that, Leslie. I got one more day at work tomorrow. I'm going to go in there with a new attitude and the power of the program behind me. And I'm going to make it happen.
At some point, you gotta swing. You gotta take a swing. You're like, you could ask like, do you ever watch a stream? Like, and just kind of like add a little thing in your voice. Do you ever watch a stream? Add it's kind of weird, right? And then they're like, so if they say yes, then it's like, oh, we have a connection. Oh, that's cool, an unlikely connection. But if they say no, you'd be like, yeah, I know, it's kind of weird, but I can't help but think you might like this thing, this group of people that are just really, doing tremendous work with, you just got to see it in live. They're transforming their lives and unlocking their true power. Something like that, But you put it in the Nigel way, because Nigel, you know how you talk and you know how to talk to this person.
Well, I love how elegantly you put that, Leslie. And I'll if it's not copyrighted, I may use some of those words that you just said.
I think
Leslie, it was such a pleasure talking with you tonight, and I feel refreshed like a summer's eve. And Fram, I am making a video about apples and other heirloom plants just for you. So keep an eye out for him. And Leslie, I love you. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication.
Nigel, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, brother. Thank you so much for your generosity tonight, giving us a call.
Oh, yes, sir. All right. Happy holidays, and I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon, Nigel. Namaste.
Namaste.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to go good. That's going to go good. I can tell. I can always tell. You can always tell. You can always tell whether it's going to go good or bad, and that's going to go good. That's going to go really, really good. Take a little sip of water. Hydrate. How we doing, everybody? How we doing, huh? Bleach Blonde, we are exploring how to share the light of the program with our friends and family. Sharing our light with loved ones. We're talking about, we're discussing the holiday parties that are coming up and how to broach the topic of explorations with those that we think there might be some room. You know, somebody that might be open to the tools of transformation that we speak about and put to work in each of our lives. You know, who among our friends, who among our family will be open to it, and how best to approach them to make it most likely that they'll check out an exploration and maybe give us a call. We've had some pretty interesting discussions about that so far tonight. It's been really fun. Thanks for joining us, Bleach. I really appreciate your presence here tonight. A basement and a lot of duct tape. So just to be clear, what Bleach Blonde is referring to, and I'm not opposed to this, is talking about kidnapping someone. It's talking about getting a van, getting a car, knocking them out, duct taping their mouth shut, duct taping their hands together, their feet together, putting them in the trunk of a car, making sure there's a little bit of place where they can get some air, and then driving them to the basement of her home and just holding them there to introduce them to the program. So that is streamer That Bleach Blonde, who has who's proposed the physical kidnapping of adults, or I suppose children, to introduce the program to them, which I think that's a strong decision, a strong idea, in many ways. Zip ties are more efficient. Interesting. Mother Nipple Bottom with a little bit of brainstorm on that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, MNP, Mother Nipple Bottom. Namaste. All right, let's bring in our next caller, huh? We got a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's up, Mike, and call you tonight?
The guy that never seems to get invitation to the holiday party and has to hear about it after the fact. Hi.
Brother, I announced it. I just announced it.
Oh, what a coincidence. Every year I point out, hey, Les, my invitation must have got lost in the mail. And every year it's, oh, yeah, we just kind of came up with it. So, yeah, I've been hearing this for 3 years now, Les, and I'm getting tired of it, dude.
Are you done?
No.
Are you done bitching?
Are you just done complaining? I also have my own study room? Because I got lots of ideas on the Book of Enoch, bro. Have you ever read that shit?
I have.
I'm in the middle of it right now, dude.
Yeah? What do you think?
A lot of Nephilim. You ever hear that word? That's a good dictionary word, dude.
What's the word?
Nephilim?
Nephilim. What's that?
Hold on. I think it was on... What page was it on? It's some. They're fallen angels or something, and there's like giants in it. I have. When's the party? I got 2 weeks to cram.
Mother Nipplebottom got it. She said it was angels.
What?
Mother Nipplebottom got it. Said it was angels.
Right. It's just like a fancy word for angels. You learn something new every day. So that's my study group, people. Listen, you can pick and choose, and I'm not a dictator type. I'm not saying like if you go to one study group, you have to like stay there the whole time. But I'm just saying my study group's going to be a banger, bro. You're going to learn so much.
Listen, we have Michaela. Michaela, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't do it, if you don't do a Bible study class in Discord, then we're going to have so Angry Mike's going to do it. Or he might be doing it anyway. You might have competing Bible study classes.
Right. And I'm very eloquent and convincing. So you want to get in there first, because if they hear me first, and then they come and talk to you about those traditional books of the Bible, bro, they're gonna be like, where are the giants and the fallen angels and shit? Mine's like Constantine. Did you ever see Constantine? That movie's dope.
I have seen it. It's a beautiful film.
I think they're making a second one. I can't be sure, but I am going to check that out.
Well, listen, Angry Mike, you're absolutely invited to the holiday party, okay? You don't got to worry about that.
Okay.
You don't got to worry about it. The holiday party, I'll make a Discord invite so everybody knows about it. I got to double check. I got to double check with the mods on the date real quick. Yeah.
So it's all
I got to talk to the mods. Anyway. What?
Never mind. Anyway, listen. I don't have anybody in my family that understands this, Leslie, and it's pissing me off.
Okay, yeah. Talk to me about your family. What kind of family do you have? And so we're talking about the theme right now: how to share the light of explorations with our loved ones. Go ahead, talk to me, Mike.
Well, one time they thought I was having a nervous breakdown because I think I was yelling at you about your chain, which I still want, dude. You're telling me that's just a closed door? I don't want to get into it, but just...
Yeah, no, you're not. Are you asking me for my chain? My gold chain?
I've asked you many times, and I feel like, I don't know, tonight was the night, and I thought it was going to...
Why did you think that?
Well, you got the backdrop there with the calming fireplace, very generous tonight, giving out the advice, and I just thought, hey, maybe he's not that attached to it.
Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, let's move on.
All right. Well, I have this cousin that comes to Christmas dinners all the time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they wear this like really cool accessory, right? And year after year, I've been like, maybe I should get one of those. And they won't tell me where they got it. I've asked them, and they kind of just brush me off. What advice would you have, when I talk to that cousin this year?
Well, tell me a little bit more about this cousin, though. Like, what are they like?
They're tall, surprisingly tall, but thin, not like a fatty, very slender, stately looking, I'd say even.
Okay.
Wears glasses, likes to bundle up, in the wintertime, longer sleeve shirts.
Is this an athletic tall guy, or is this or like somebody who was pressured to play basketball and never really just felt comfortable in their body kind of tall guy?
Yeah, I feel more like they could have done it, but like had no interest in doing it. You know what I mean? And you can't play ball if your heart's not in it. That's what every great has said. Wayne Gretzky, Larry Bird, all of them.
Okay, right. So we're talking somebody who's like, maybe did he do like stop motion animation, or was he into like playing guitar or something?
He had a ponytail for a while, and he did get some chicks off that. It was crazy. It was such a bad ponytail that it was cool. It went the other way. And then the chicks were like, "Oh, he doesn't care about the way he looks. He
that
must be
plus
cool."
the fact that if you're tall and you can like listen, you can pull a crazy amount of puss.
I know. You don't even have to talk. You just
No, you don't.
If you have good eyes, do you have good eyes, Leslie? I don't think we've ever seen your eyes up close. Can you get in the camera there? Do you got pretty eyes? Let me see them eyes. Well, the glasses, there we go. Can you look straight in? Oh, yeah. Ooh, I got chills. Who's that guy that can just stare at you? All right, stop. 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 He's not listening. I just wanted a little bit. Stop it. Oh, he thinks it's funny scaring me. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up. He thinks I won't do it. I can't take this.
All right, that's going to do it for our first half of the program. Explorations with Leslie Tanner, exploring, sharing our light with loved ones. Namaste. And that was a little taste. We got our whole second half of the program. I have to take a pee-pee break. So namaste, guys. Sit tight. Stay for a couple of details about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Maybe tonight's the night for you. Get the postcard, get the music, get the et ceteras, and let me give you what you need to fully transform your life starting tonight. I want you in my inner circle. Namaste, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit after I pee-pee break, and I will see you all very shortly.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on Patreon.com, where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials not available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Here we are back at Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the world. Here is ground zero of the rest of your life, should you choose to allow this program and its 4 basic tenets into your heart, into your mind, and into your body. That was a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com, my inner circle in which I share my most raw seedling thoughts of the program to come. The exclusive video materials, the podcast of devoted light. We've got so many things over there that will absolutely knock your socks off and change your life starting tonight. Namaste. Namaste to you. How is everybody? Bimo Zerker, love that video intro. Leslie, namaste to you. Thank you so much, Bimo. You haven't seen it before? You haven't? You're telling me you haven't seen that? You've been here for how long? I mean, technically speaking, I don't have sex. I haven't had sex in a very long time, and that is deliberate. That is on purpose. No, I don't. No, I do not. No, I don't. I jack off, yeah, if you want to call it that. Masturbate. I refer to it as alpha sensuality, passion, me for myself. Part of my practice, spiritually speaking, but Galgoo guy, no. I'm a shorts guy. I don't wear pants. I don't have sex. I don't wear pants. But I do wear shorts and I do masturbate quite a bit. And do I enjoy? I don't really even enjoy it anymore. But if you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I'd masturbate more if I thought it felt good. Look, you're a child. You're a child. All right, let's get into it. All right, I just gotta teach a program on the Discord server for this. Sigma sensuality. I guess that, no, it's not that. Yeah, no. Namaste, everybody. So, guys, we've got the second half of the program waiting for us right now, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next caller. She called the other night, and before that, it had been a while, so it's always good to speak to this streamer, this young lady, always with something a very interesting perspective on things. And let's go ahead and bring her on right now. Caller, go ahead and introduce yourself to chat. I know who this is.
Hey, chat. How's it going? It's That Bleach Blonde, your blonde DJ friend, and actually a minister also. Minister,
a.k.a. DJ. And now that's a combination you don't see very often, Bleach.
It's very true. When I tell people that I'm a minister, they look at me like I'm crazy.
Right. Wow. That's now, and that's when you tell people that you're a minister, I assume you're talking about other DJs.
No, I follow a program as well that has a guru, spiritual program. I mean, obviously, as well as following your program. They're different programs that have different purposes. The big JC guy.
Right, of course. Well, some people, and this comes up every so often, is this program, is this a religion? Is this going to work with my religion? Because we do have a lot of religious people here. And my answer is always absolutely. There's no reason you can't participate in explorations as well as, participate in any sort of religious framework or belief system or anything like that. Again, if you're religious in chat right now, looking for an example, feeling like an odd man out, well, first of all, you are, right? You're on twitch.tv. You're in a minority 100%, and that feels weird to be a minority, and it should feel that way because there's fewer of you and you don't have the dominant culture. However, does that mean you can't be an explorer? Does that mean you can't transform your life from the ground up? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Well, that's why I called in. I wanted to expand on what I meant, because I feel like there's an overlap in how you share these programs with people. And I figured I would share my expertise on how you spread a gospel, as so they say.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I'd love to hear. What's your experience in this other program you mentioned?
Well, so why I was talking about duct tape is, in order for people to have belief in a program, they need to see miracles happen, and the duct tape is really a miracle tape. If you're aware of this, I don't know if you're aware, Leslie.
I've definitely heard that. Ladies and gentlemen in chat, have you ever heard this? Can I see some ones in chat? Have you ever heard somebody refer to duct tape as a sort of a miracle tape, a sort of a cure-all, a sort of thing that you can really work wonders through? Continue, Bleach.
So in order for you to share a gospel, you kind of must be a gospel, and there's a lot of people in the Bible that require miracles and just miracles in general, and showing these things. And the first way to share a beautiful gospel is to show somebody the miracle of duct tape, whether it's to show them how strong it is in a restrictive manner, or say they have warts, which they say I think 9 out of 10 people have warts, and this is a cure-all for warts. So you're really bringing the beginning of that relationship building in order to bring somebody to a program with this miracle tape.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to be clear, those of you in the chat wondering where did this duct tape stuff come from, Bleach Blonde mentioned earlier in the stream that in one way, potentially speaking, to share the light of the program could be through duct tape and my basement, meaning through duct tape, sort of kidnapping them and putting them, in a car or in a big bag or something, and then taking them to the basement.
Well, let me say, the basement more was where I store the duct tape, and sometimes you bring people to the duct tape, and sometimes people come to the duct tape. It's not really more so about how they get to the, it's a journey with all of these things.
Right.
And it requires agreement, of course, and those could be verbal, non-verbal sometimes. It just depends. But when it comes to spreading any light, whether your program or any other program, we have to, be a gospel, show a miracle of transformation, whether it's, this type of thing, or, and then there's got to be an agreement to come along on a journey, and then you bring them a place, whether it's here or to show them where the rest of the duct tape is. And then that's just the beginning, right? It starts somewhere.
Right. Now, as far, how has this strategy worked out for you, Bleach Blonde? So you're a minister, you're a DJ, and you believe in the miracle of duct tape. How has the gospel of let's just say the gospel, how have you been successful in sharing any kind of gospel through the miracle of duct tape? Has that worked out?
Well, so here's the thing is like people have seen you beforehand, right? And in the process of living something out, they see a transformation in you. And I used to have this like unsightly wart that was growing on my face. And at one point I did try,
Ew.
I tried laser, you know.
I'll
but
bet
the
that
duct
looked
tape worked.
disgusting.
It did. And, you know, people didn't really want to be around me.
I'll bet. And I'll bet it was even worse because you're a woman.
Oh yeah, and it was like 2 inches from my like upper lip, you know.
Good Lord. Ew. Yeah.
Unsightly.
But
Those that saw, and then they saw the duct tape in work, they saw it go away, and then when it went away, you know, once that program worked, right, then the real transformation begins. So you have to like show people the things that you learn from these programs, the miracles that happen to you, and live it out and walk out the gospel in order to show people like that something has value.
Listen, this is Bleach. This is unironically a thing that we bring up all the time here. You know, one of the strategies that I even credit brothers and sisters of the Christian faith that with this strategy to bear witness. To bear witness rather than going and like giving somebody a pamphlet, giving somebody one of the life-changing VHS tapes that I've produced, or giving somebody the music, or giving somebody a postcard. You know, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it works to go out and embody that transformation.
It's actually the most powerful demonstration of, and I think that there's a lot of love in the program. So when I boldly say this, I'm talking about both of our things, is that the greatest demonstration of love is to live out that. And then, you know, to, as they say, die for your friends, like, you know, sacrifice yourself, like do things for others, put yourself beneath them. So, you know, sometimes there's a religious, like a, you know, self-righteous religious standpoint that people will stand in, and they want to show you how much better they are than you. But when you go to people and you want to show them the transformational power of the gospel, you lower yourself, you humble yourself to others, you serve others in love. And sometimes, like, you know, we might just sneak into people's house and clean their bathrooms and like leave them rolls of duct tape so they know it's us. You know, just these little actions of love, you know, photos of themselves, you know, doing their daily activities, because everybody needs content. Like there's nothing creepy about this. It's beautiful. These are beautiful actions of love.
Exactly, 100%. Well, listen, I without getting, I think it's amazing the common ground that we can find, but then also find some very divergent points. Now, here at the program, I'm sure you've seen Bleach Blonde, I wouldn't necessarily guide someone to put themselves lower. But I wouldn't tell them not to. I would be an open question, right? It'd be a question mark. It'd be a question mark. Like, what's inside of you? Let's find it. Let's find it and let's leverage it. Let's find where this path goes. We say yes to the path within. And sometimes, a lot of times, they do stuff like what you're saying. And you've definitely hit a chord. You've definitely hit a chord, Bleach. I've seen people saying, I like this caller. I kind of fuck with wart face. Not me saying, this is a gorgeous call. You've inspired a handful of people here.
Listen, warts, you know, and sometimes, you know, like they come and they go. And this is, you know, all of these things are beautiful. Really, it's finding, like you said, it's finding the one thing that you could, you know, help in that person, whether it's, you know, get rid of it completely, you know, like sometimes people need friends to get rid of things, you know, you could be that friend. Duct tape comes in, and again, duct tape is important for that as well, you know, packaging and shipping out of things. And I mean, I digress, but I think you get it, Leslie.
You know, I think if I was coaching you through that wart situation, I personally speaking, I would have made the wart worse. I would have sat with that wart. I would have let it become a disgusting permanent fixture of your face. I would have coached you to, you know, really, you know, not necessarily embrace the ugliness, because that's got a positive connotation. I would say you are disgusting. You are ugly. This is an ugly thing. How does it feel to be ugly? And I would take you to the bottom. I would take you to the floor, and then that we would explore the power within. And this is where, this is the funny thing where religion and the program aren't Christianity and the program aren't necessarily at odds.
And depending on the leader of the Christianity faith, because obviously different pastors do different things. Like,
sure.
Joel Osteen is definitely along that line of leadership. Benny Hinn might just beat you with the Bible.
Right.
Like these are all different tactics. And leaders, it's important for us to figure out what works and to shift. And I just want to let you know, like, Leslie, I'm in that same stage. Just because the wart on my face is gone doesn't mean I didn't keep the rest of them,
Exactly. Exactly. You got to see yourself as an ugly, disgusting hag, that was just not worth anything and just kind of doomed to look like shit forever, it seemed like at the time. And that emotional resonance, that is a lesson. That is such a powerful thing to take with you, even as you remove the wart. All things must move and change. So I think even that, even though I'm talking to somebody without a wart, I'm still talking to somebody that on some level is still that disgusting, that disgusting sort of witch.
Well, it's just that virus will always live with us, but do we let it control us is the question,
Wow. Lots of questions.
I mean, I will say, though, that, like, the program has helped me where the other programs haven't. So, sometimes we have to dig into these things differently. And they require a different program.
What a fruitful, ripe, seasonal conversation we've just had, huh?
It is beautiful. I'm glad that I've come back because, like you said, there is some things that I still need to work on.
Right. Well, listen. I mean, there's so much. There's always so much, and ultimately you will fail, right? You will not get to it, and you will not succeed, and you will and it will fail.
And it's a good thing you brought that up because we want people to understand that as I'm trying to bring people here, just as everybody is that's listening in the chat, please write this down, that like you will fail a bunch of times, but don't give up, continuing to live the gospel out to bring others with you.
You will never win. You will never win.
You'll never win. But you just keep going anyway.
To live with the misery of failure, to see yourself as this is one of the things that, oh my goodness gracious, we're getting into some stuff that I love to speak about here, but we got to save something. We got to save a little bit for next time. Let's talk about failure next time.
We should.
Let's talk
about
lots
of those.
Yeah. Well, Bleach, when are you streaming now?
Thank you for talk about failure, when I have time, I'm working on building the gospel.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
So you're failing.
Well, in the life that exists in the world, I am failing, but the life that is eternal outside of here, there is great success. It is one of faith, as they would say.
Well, let's save that for next time. Let's save that. Let's pull the Band-Aid off of that one for next time, and just let our wounds just kind of touch in the open air.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming next.
Okay, right on. Well, I'm shouting you out again. I just wanted to see if you knew when you'd be going. You don't know when you'll be next?
Let's say today's Thursday. Let's say tomorrow, because that's the goal.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Yeah, guys, shout out Bleach Blonde. You're not following that Bleach Blonde. I know she just pumped you. You guys found some resonance in what she shared. Go ahead, click that Bleach Blonde link that I just dropped into the chat. She'll be streaming tomorrow. It sounds like there's a possibility of it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and we just played dirty, nasty, naughty things that you would never listen to in church, of course.
Beautiful. Just things about
holy and righteous.
about penises and tits and things like this.
To be honest, yeah, sometimes. So, just don't get scared when you come in there. I promise you. There's another side of the gospel that everybody can get to know.
Get ready for some. We love some weekend fun. Well, namaste, Bleach Blonde. I really, genuinely, I appreciate you giving us a call again tonight.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Beautiful. Is Doofus here? Is Sunset here? Yo, Pickle Missile, namaste. We got some callers lined up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this train rocking and rolling. We got a handful of callers left. Let's do it. Let's take it to task. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Hi, Leslie. It's me, Jenny. I apologize for calling.
No, Jenny, there's no need to apologize. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I actually was going to call in and I wanted to talk to you about some mental health things. But I'll tell you what, that last caller, I am digging it.
Interesting. What did you dig about it?
Well, the breaking into someone's house, just to clean their bathroom.
Right. Led by Jesus, the tales of Jesus. You're breaking into people's houses.
Right.
Messing with their stuff.
I don't know. I'm impressed. I think she's on a quick road here as far as the program, and she should be proud of herself.
Yeah. Honestly, I think she was a guest on the program. I think honestly before you got here, were you here when we had a lady streamer just kind of walk across the screen like a little shimeji?
I'm not sure I remember that. I was going through quite a bit. I've been here for about, I guess, what is it now? Maybe 3.5 years?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, then it might have been right before you got here, or right at the beginning. I don't know. Yeah, you were all fucked up when you first started calling in.
What?
I said you were all fucked up when you first started calling in.
Okay. You don't need to shout at me.
I'm not shouting.
I can. Look what the program's... You stop that.
Now, Jenny, listen, Jenny, listen, I can see right through that little giggle of yours. All right, that charming little giggle. What's going on? Why'd you call for the second time tonight? What's going on?
Well, Big O, can I be honest with you?
Please.
I don't feel good.
You
know what? I'm going to say it again.
Talk to me about it.
I don't feel good.
What kind of bad?
Oh, I'm going back into the, sleeping through times of the day when you shouldn't be sleeping and, falling into a major depression. Oops, I think I'm already there. And what do I do with that information? Because I'm not a loser.
I mean, what do you mean? What do you do with that information? Because I'm not a loser. So does that mean that if you are depressed, you are a loser?
Well, I'm not really measuring up to...
It might be true. I actually, there's probably a pretty strong correlation with people with clinical depression and someone you could just take a look at and be like, yeah, that's a loser.
Okay. All right, so here's the problema with that reasoning is I'm not a loser. Sometimes, just like,
Why'd you offer,
I don't know.
Why did you reject an accusation that nobody brought up?
Well, I mean, you were just shouting at me. I feel like you raised your voice. You were like yelling at me for like 8 minutes straight that I'm a loser just now.
Okay, I think everyone could go back and watch the VOD that didn't happen.
Dude, please. Like, no one even watches this show. There's like, if you think 100,000 people is a big deal, give me a break. Break. I'm sorry, Leslie. Did I raise my voice?
No, you didn't. But so you're depressed. You're sleeping weird. Okay. Check and check.
Oh yeah, I started throwing up again in the morning.
Why are you throwing up? What's going on with
that? Because I don't feel good, and I don't understand why I can't just feel better.
We got Space Grime. Namaste, Space Grime. A massive fan of the greatest film ever made, The Matrix. Explorer, limo driver, caller. What would you say are your winner qualities?
Well, pretty good at drawing. I was good at playing the piano. I'm good at loving my loved ones. Not really. Screw them, am I right?
Right, there we go. There we go.
Hold on. Yeah. Who the hell is Space Grime?
Space Grime is a member of the community. Somebody, a member of the program, has been using the program for years.
That's chill. I love that. Sorry, Les. I just not feeling like myself.
Not feeling like yourself. Tell me about yourself, Jenny. What is the self that you don't feel like, and what's different right now? Describe the self first.
Independent. Loves like beautiful things, like cooks, and like definitely like decorates everything beautiful for the holidays.
Nindy knew with a communal vision. You ever try eating spinach, Jen? Works for Popeye.
He might be right. I actually love spinach and I eat quite a bit of it, but I haven't even made my spinach casserole lately. Actually, Leslie, he's got a good point.
Jenny, listen. Nindy New has set off a Jazz Express, second one for the night. And what I want to do is I want you to describe this happy, successful, effective person that you are not. And I'm going to go ahead and play jazz while you kind of just, you describe the person that this self that you don't feel like you are right now.
Are you to totally do? Thank God the volume's not loud on the phone. I'm that gal who used to put on that pretty eye makeup, you know? And get out there. I'd be able to walk into a store alone, not have to hold on to railings as much. I slip and slide. I didn't used to slip and slide all the time down things. Now I just don't even walk down things because I've slipped and slide so much. But this gal, I'll tell you what, she used to get asked if there were photographers for old-timey magazines. She used to be able to, like I said, leave the house. That part's weird. I feel like the only time I leave the house anymore is if there's like a dead animal in my arms. That gal, she was pretty cool. Pretty cool. That gal spends a lot of time, though, telling other people how cool they are. And I think she screwed up in that department. A little too much time.
Now, go ahead and describe who, like, in as much detail as you can, the person that you are that is not that self, the one that likes stuff, that's effective, that doesn't fall down, that doesn't hold on to railings, that doesn't, that sleeps normal
Can use
times of the day.
escalators.
Describe the person that you are that's not that go.
Okay. Definitely tired. Sweating at inopportune times. It doesn't even make any sense. Gets dizzy a lot. This gal, her mother had to tell her to dye her own hair so that I wouldn't scare the children at Thanksgiving. This gal, she fights with people over the phone, like managers. I don't even get that. I mean, it is entertaining. She doesn't eat for days, and still she's the Fatsa McGillicuddy. This gal hasn't seen, a proper fresh mascara in 6 months.
Now, I got one more question for you. One more question for you.
Yep, got it.
What if now you operate under the assumption that you are this other person, right? The happier one, the one that sleeps normal, the one that knows when to dye her hair so as not to scare children, right? You operate under the assumption that you're her and you're not this other slovenly, sad kind of a piece of shit.
Okay, I didn't say wait.
Right?
I didn't say
like just kind of a
like,
waste,
no, wait.
a black hole. Nobody really wants
Can
to be
you just
around
hold
it. You're
on
kind of a
there?
burden, right?
Okay, I didn't even mention the burden thing.
Okay, so what if you're operating under the assumption that you're the first one, right? How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know you're not the second one?
Oh, no. You're not going to fool me.
I'm not fooling you. I'm asking a question.
It's because I know who I am. Dude, this is my program, bud.
How do you know who you are?
Because I know. She's pretty great. Uh-oh.
Namaste. Gelgoog guy invoking a terminate by poll. Namaste. Well, listen, you describe something that's not great. You describe someone that was like one of these things are good and one of these things are not good.
Nah, you know what? I don't give two shits. I'm pretty good the way I am. It's perfect.
That's not true. You're sleeping at weird times. Your hair looks like shit. You're a burden to your
No, my hair looks... No, I
terminate this caller, yes or no?
I fixed it. No, I fixed my hair. I fixed it.
Yeah, but you had to be reminded to fix it.
No, I didn't. I knew that I should fix it, but
Listen,
my mom just mentioned the children would be scared.
The other woman that you described would not need to be reminded. Guys, vote yes or no. Terminate Jenny or keep her on.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm asking questions, Jenny. I'm trying to get you in touch with your power. Right now, you're speaking hopefully, and it's a defense against your true power.
Look, dude, I'll tell you about my power. You know who the hell I am, and you know what? No.
No, what?
You know, I don't think it's... You know what? You know what? Actually, how cool is it to think things are cool all the time? Not that cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. You started the call
Life
off
is
saying,
shit.
Okay, they all said good night, goodbye. That was a good call. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I could call you tonight?
Amelia.
Amelia, welcome back to the program, hon. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm been kind of sick. I'm kind of
Sick?
like
You
my
sound a
body's
little
been
sick. You
feeling
sound
weak.
a
My
little
head's
sick.
been hurting. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Apparently, my family isn't sick, and it's not like I fucking leave my room, so I don't know where the germs are coming from. You know?
I mean, the inside, you know, sometimes just sitting there with the vibes of yourself and your family, bacteria could just kind of pop up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
And so, what kind of sick are you?
My body just feels really weak. My head's been fucking killing me. I haven't really been able like to have much energy to like even do, you know, my lousy things like watching movies. I've been doing a lot of laying down in bed and just like watching like videos.
So you're watching like kind of short form content, vertical scrolling?
No, I try to stay away from that, but something probably equally as bad in my head, or maybe a little bit better, you know, like streamers playing video games or something. It's not something I usually do, but I occasionally dabble when I'm blessed.
Well, listen, I mean, that sounds like shit.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Yeah, you know, it is. You know, it kind of broke me out of my depression spiral though a little bit. You know, because I've been too focused on like, man, I physically feel like shit.
Mm-hmm. Physically, do you think it's gonna come and go? What kind of? Do you think it's just like a quick little bug? What's going on?
You know, like I don't treat my body well in the fucking slightest. You know, like God knows, like every single thing in my body does not work right, works wrong in some way. It's like fucked up. Shit just like this just fucking happens. You know.
Do you not move a lot and you eat like shit?
Yeah. Not drinking very much and shit.
Yeah, not me says, same girl.
Yeah, look at what's going on.
Sounds, well, you know, there's probably probably an answer to that. But listen, I would love
You know,
to,
God knows. There's so many potential answers.
Maybe we'll get back to it later on in the call. But for now, I kind of want to take you to task on our theme. You know, we've had... Of
course.
Right now we're talking about sharing the light of explorations. Now, Amelia, you have shared this program with someone you care about in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've told multiple people about the program before.
Yeah, tell me how did you approach that and how did it go? Because there's a lot of people in chat right now that they'd love to get started. They'd love to find a way to share this program with people, but they're just like a little nervous. They don't think of themselves as the kind of person who does that normally. So how do they do it? How did you approach your situation? Hypocryptomatic
really,
with communal vision. Caller, you have a roof over your head again, though, right, girlfriend?
I mean, I never didn't, but it's still the same shitty roof, so you know. But to continue about the inviting friends, I mean, as long as you're like good friends with them, and you have a good rapport, you know, like I show my friends like weird shit all the fucking time. You know, I send them shit that only I'm interested in. And you know, I think that's like part of friendship, right? You both share stuff that only you're fucking interested in. And you try to share a bond over that. And you know, and once you establish this rapport, it's showing each other whatever the fuck you want, you know, and you can slide in the program in there. You know, you fucking stream on the Discord VC, or for you fucking loser normies, you know, you can fucking put it on your TV or what have you when you have them over. And you're like, and you just look at it, and, you know, it's like, oh, you know, this guy knows what he's fucking talking about. And, you know, maybe you even call in to make it more engaging so they have a more personal connection to the program while they're watching. They're like, oh, my friend is calling in. And then that's the hook. You gotta then, like, you know, try to do a good call. Try to follow the topic. Try to say interesting things. Say something funny. So, you know, try to even appeal to your friend. What you think they would like while watching. Give them a shout out. Say hi. And then that'll start opening their mind.
Wow. So a lot of really great information there. I know a lot of you guys in chat are nervous approaching this subject. And if you're looking for a place to start, someone to take a couple pointers from, Amelia presents an extremely good example of something to copy off of. first of all, one thing I noticed, and I'm going to put in a different kind of parlance and a sort of clinical speak. So you talked about just sharing stuff that you know that you're interested in and not giving a fuck. So listen, those of you that are autistic and self-conscious about it, allow yourself this one time. Allow yourself this one time. Continue to be self-conscious about it. I'm not telling you, because I don't know what kind of autistic you are. Some people are we all know that there's good ones and bad ones, and let's not play the game where, oh, it's all good. No. Love on the Spectrum it highlights all the it makes a reality show out of all the good ones. Where's the nonverbals taking a swing on their mom who regrets letting them be born?
Amen.
Let's get some bad ones in, is what I'm saying. But so I don't know if you're a good or a bad kind, but aside from that, if you're thinking about sharing this program, just let it out. Let it out. Let yourself get excited and allow yourself the possibility seedling in your mind that they might be interested, you might connect, and that you might be changing their life right now. Go ahead.
It's more important to share the program with someone than any anxiety you may have about it. It can do so much for them. And, you can always frame it in a way that will appeal to them, and I've had to make this pitch before just for the purpose of, introducing someone, getting an additional hook. You can lie and say it's a satirical comedic program, and just to get them in, get them a little bite, and they might think it's funny. And then as they watch more and more, they'll realize how raw and real it is.
Yep, that's the thing. That's and that's a really interesting thing. Some people need to approach something like this. They need to they need to approach it from the comedic angle, like you just said, right? Because there's comedy. Pretty much everybody loves to laugh, right? And we have that sort of signature mixture of work and play that we tackle our themes with here at Explorations. And sometimes, just don't say like, oh yeah, it's all just a joke. It's all just a joke. Just come on and have some fun. Make a funny little call. I'll make a funny little call. We'll have some fun. We'll get out of here. But once they're here though, and the experience of the program really takes hold of a certain part of their mind, it's like seeing a dead body. You can't deny the effect of seeing a dead body. And you can't deny the effect that a program like this will have on someone.
And eventually, even if they're engaging with it as a joke, eventually the line becomes the truth. The line between what is comedic and what is the real program that will unlock your next level, they become intertwined, and that's how you begin.
Amelia, that is amazing. I could not have said it better. Your understanding of the program is so just astounding. It's affecting me right now, and it's really inspiring me.
I'm glad. It's my honor. I mean, I have so much time. A lot of the time, I'm reviewing program material. I go back in the VODs. I sit here and I meditate. I write shit down. I take notes. It's something I think about a lot. I introduce friends. I love calling in. And chatting the shit, whether it be, like I said, the more serious calls or, something more lighthearted, I noticed today, I tuned in like 30 minutes ago. I noticed it seemed to be a bit more positive today. I don't know. Everyone is seemingly happy about some caller or something like that.
Everyone seems to be happy, you said?
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, I love this caller." I didn't really get to hear the call or anything.
There has been. I think there's a little bit of a swing from Tuesday, which had we were explicitly exploring bad Christmas memories, if you remember, and there was the note that we ended on. It was divisive, to say the least. A lot of people found it exhilarating. A lot of people found it. People like Michaela had to leave. Michaela had to leave in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I was happy. I'm happy to see, there's some positivity. It's not a bad thing. I was thinking when I was calling in, of just positive Christmas things. I'm a gingerbread house fan. I think those are fire. What's the take on gingerbread houses?
Ginger the well, that's the thing. It's not people. You know, sometimes people they're like, oh, the program's negative, right? I'm a nihilist. I get it. No, this is not nihilism. We keep our eye on the ball here. Now, before we get into all that, though, listen. If I'd love for you to just speak directly to some people in chat right now. They're nervous. They want to get started. How, like, what's something that you would tell some of these nervous baby birds about how to tell someone about the program?
I mean, I think I covered a lot of it at the start, but sort of maybe make it a little bit more succinct. Feel free to lie to your friends to relate the program in a way that will appeal to their sensibilities and drag them in, and also call in whenever they watch, and like fucking make a call that appeals to them, that'll hook them in.
I think that's beautiful. I think once they see like you're truly acting as a bridge, right? They say quick quote.
Human sexuality is debasing and hideous, and yet the ideas of transcendence or liberation provide a glimpse into an even deeper human perversion.
And that's one of my good ones. That's one of my really good ones.
True.
Now, but you're acting as a bridge. They see somebody that they know, trust, and care about being featured in a very fluid and fun way on this program, and that might just sweeten the deal. I like that part. I like that part a lot.
Oh, of course. You know, shout them out. I don't think any of my friends are currently watching right now, but just to, you know, put that energy out in the air, you know, shout out Devi, my homegirl.
Shout out, what's her name, Devi?
Devi.
On. Namaste to you. Is she watching right now?
I don't know. I'll have to share the clip if not. You know, that's a good hook.
Well, tell Devi, it's great to meet you. Namaste to you.
Of course. I got to get her to call in sometime, but she has that autistic, nervous energy. She's definitely afraid.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Once they, you know, I'll bet she's the kind of person, when she gets over that weird little autistic hump, then she's going to be a fish in water.
Yeah, I think the program could do a lot for her because, you know, like me, you know, there's not really much going on currently. So, you know, I think really embracing it would be astounding.
Mm-hmm. I will listen. You tell her to give a call whenever she can. Okay, I'd love to talk to her.
Of course. And Leslie, I don't know if you caught this earlier, but there's something I wanted to ask about on the turn of positivity in Christmas.
Sure.
What's your feelings on gingerbread houses?
I don't really care for them, to be honest. I'm not personally. I don't like. I don't feel. I don't like tedious tasks. I don't like building models, doing puzzles, playing board games. I feel like I'm trapped when I play those things. And the gingerbread thing, it's not a thing I did when I was young, so I never made that like positive association with it.
Mm-hmm. You know, I have two things to say about this.
Yeah.
One, I like them, but not building them. I just kind of take the fucking pieces and slather frosting on it these days. Pretty good that way.
Mm-hmm. Eat them up.
Two, gingerbread compound. What do you
Interesting.
think?
Like making making a Christmas one for some fun?
Like a model of the compound in gingerbread. Like you can buy it for Christmas, build the compound, eat it. It could have like little candies that, you know, you feel are associated with the program that our explorers would like. You know, it can serve as spreading the word about the compound, maybe fundraise.
No, Gelgoot guy. That was Pokemon related, right? Wasn't it? No, you send that right on over.
Like fucking like model kits of like fucking figures, like Gundam shit. That shit's like insane to me. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be real. This is one like Gundam Hatsune Miku one that looks really cool, but I am not gonna fucking like spend, you know, a few days putting together these small ass pieces and painting it.
Interesting. Well, I think there's something. If it's Gundam related, then it's yeah, so it's Pokemon related. So I would say.
What about like a Gundam? Like
it
a
really
Gundam.
matters. It really
like-
matters how I'm pitched. Now I'm realizing it because I'm thinking about like, oh, we're gonna take a whole afternoon and we're gonna bake the gingerbread. We're gonna put it together in a nice, fun way. It's gonna be a nice, fun afternoon. I'm like, oh, okay, I could see that. But when I think of gingerbread house, I think of being assigned a gingerbread house in school, a Catholic school. I think it would be, and that kind of sours me to it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like maybe like a Gundam gingerbread house, or maybe
You gotta harness that energy. I think a Gundam gingerbread, like a gingerbread mech.
gingerbread mech.
You ever think of like a Gundam like for you or like based on you, like a mech that you would pilot in your crusade for the program? Even a real one, you ever think about getting that when we do the compound?
Getting a mech?
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get the compound and we can get a community center and we can get some iPads, then after we get those things knocked out, yeah, sure, we'll talk about a mech. How about you be on the sort of mech development committee? You and Gal.
I'd be happy to. And we could, and even if you want, you can pick the best explorers and have them have different parts of the mech, to combine.
That's what I'm saying. You listen. This is something that I know you have a passion and knowledge for. I know you got all the time in the world, with no job, no real sort of kind of spiritually lost, and I think that this is exactly what you need in your life.
Of course. I would be happy to be on that team. And, if I eventually kill myself while working on the mech, my spirit can go inside of it.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Birds, stones, done. Namaste. That was beautiful. Well, listen, leave it right there. Leave it right there, Amelia. I want to thank you and say that I appreciate you and I appreciate how generous you've been with your energy tonight.
Thank you. My pleasure. I look forward to a compound gingerbread kit one day.
I can't wait. Namaste, Amelia. Thank you so much for everything you've given us tonight. Namaste.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to be our final caller because our other caller bailed. There was another caller lined up, and they bounced. Namaste, everybody. Beautiful stream tonight. Beautiful stream tonight. How about that, huh? Now, guys, I have been alerted to a channel and a community that might really enjoy the program itself. Okay? I've been alerted by a producer has sent me a link to a place that I think our energy is going to be very welcome. It's going to be it's really going to be a hand in glove situation, if you know what I mean. If what my producer is telling me right now is accurate, it's going to be a real hand in glove situation. So we're going to be heading over there. Namaste. No, laser focus. I know what you mean. Laser focus. This is very important though. I'm going to stop. And you need to feel, don't run away, all right? Don't run away from that feeling of loss. Don't run away from that feeling of disappointment. I want you to make it even worse. Immerse yourself in the abandonment. I'm abandoning you. Who else has abandoned you in your life? And this on top of all that, I thought you were going to be better than that. I thought you were going to help me. I thought this. And I'm not. I'm not going to do any of that. And that's an extremely valuable thing to ascertain. Namaste. Truly exploring. Thank you so much, Stress Yoga. No, it's right. I closed the line. We're at the 3-hour mark. But guys, well, you know how I am about Saturdays. I am intending to stream on Saturday. You know how, but sometimes on the weekend I get busy doing studio stuff, developing program materials. So sometimes if I'm cooking on that, I gotta cook. But if I'm not doing that, we'll be streaming on Saturday night. Imagine a 911 that says like, yeah, when 911, what's your emergency? You describe the emergency and they're like, that sucks. Click. That's what I am for you. And it's the most effective personal power program in the country. But guys, we'll most likely see you Saturday. Follow get in the Discord. Get in the Discord. Or follow me on Twitter to find out how do you fucking spell this chick's name? Hold on. Okay, we'll be back most likely Saturday, but again, you know how I am about Saturdays. It's weird if I'm doing studio time. But let's go. Let's take this energy on over to Adriana Chechik. Now, you are going to have to follow her in order to drop namaste in the chat. You are going to have to follow her to drop namaste in the chat when you get there. Just to make that perfectly clear, okay? Namaste, guys. But thank you for being here. Thank you to you all for being here. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to my producers, and thank you to my community of devoted light. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really genuinely appreciate it. This has been it's been a pretty fun night. Pretty fun. No Tuesday night, right? We didn't get into anybody committing suicide. Their dad, you know. Oh my gosh, what a night! What a night that was. But we'll be back soon. Join the Discord, most likely Saturday, but hit me on Discord or follow me on Twitter to stay abreast. Thank you for being here, guys. So Doo-Doo Squirts really sort of fighting me on this. Doo-Doo Squirts, are you not in the Discord? Yeah, you are. I see your stupid ass name in there. Namaste. Dirty Smith, Vita, Horror, namaste to you. Orange Addiction, Amelia, Pickle, namaste.
Okay, wait, what do I do with this now that I have this?
Are you gonna kill me?
No. It's that guy! That guy's the killer! It was him!
Who?
This one!
Gang violence.